I wanted to talk to you also about some of the recent events surrounding Trinidad James and Mano on Trinidad James' recent show here in New York. Everybody knows what's going on with that, about certain comments that were made about you know, Atlanta artists running New York and Atlanta music basically being dominant in New York. You know, we had Mano basically step up and say, you know, a few things to rebut that and kind of slow that down, throw some water on that fire. But I was wondering about your thoughts about just that topic in general. You know, about so much music from, I guess, outside of the region being popularized in the New York City area, and then the results of that.
Well, this is something that I've been speaking about for years.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I've been very vocal about it. And it's just, Trinidad James is something we've created. You know, we started allowing the guests to become the people who live here.
Right.
You know, and at that point, we changed the culture of our music to where the music that we hear on our radio station does not reflect our own culture. I listen to the music and you move to it, but the way the down south people live, we don't live like that.
Yeah, it's true.
We don't dress like that.
True.
We don't talk like that. So when I listen to my radio station and there's nothing or nobody that sounds and reflects what's going on in my backyard, it's disheartening. You know what I'm saying? When I listen to my radio station and Lil Wayne can sit there and say, yo, I hate New York, and nobody says nothing, but then he's in the rotation all day long. And then they got him in the club and they promoting Lil Wayne in the club and everybody's going like, it's you let us, it's just like somebody smack you and then you just hang out with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because this is what happens. So it creates that. And then you have Trinidad James, who is not even an artist. Like, he's a joke.
Right.
Like, he's a gimmick rapper. So for him to feel like you can be that comfortable and come to New York and say that and then say, so what, I don't care what's going on. You have to realize the respect for New York outside of New York. Nobody respects New York. You go to any of these states outside New York, they don't play no New York music. None at all. Only person you'll hear outside of New York is Jay-Z.
Right.
And that's the bottom line. You can drive. As soon as you get outside of Connecticut, you are not hearing one piece of New York music.
Wow.
You know, because they no longer respect us as a people. Like, our DJs go to their cities and go, okay, I'm gonna come out to the club, I'm gonna come out to the radio, and I'm gonna play this song 100 times. And I'll be sitting like, who's this song? I've stopped in the middle of the club and I'm like, what is this? Yeah. Everybody's looking around like, what is this? And they like, don't worry about it. It's hot. This is hot in Atlanta. And they play it for 45 minutes. Nobody moves. But you give them a record, they be like, yo, this is dope. They play half a verse and cut it off. But you told me the record is dope. But you bring a record that nobody knows from another state here and play it for 2 hours until we get it. But I'll give you a record that you like, yo, this is dope. But you like, yo, I can only play half of it. You know, people don't know it yet. Nobody didn't know that record you brought from
at
Atlanta.
all. Yeah, you lying. You just straight up lying. Something
it's not even so much. It's that they've conditioned themselves to that. You understand what I'm saying? They've conditioned. They went to somebody. It's like you go to somebody else's house and you see something work there. You're like, well, I'm gonna make it work in my house. They no longer have no belief in their own beliefs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They're not willing to stand
They're
up
not willing to
for
stand
their
up.
own backyard, their own block.
They be like, yo, I want to play it, but you know the crowd didn't react. The crowd don't react when you play. Didn't react the first time you played Soulja Woo in the club either. I was in the club when they played Soulja Boy, and everybody just looked and was like, what is that?
Right.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be hot soon. Remember, I told you. And y'all played it until it conditioned people, and they didn't have no choice. They had a couple of drinks. They just started saying it, and it became funny and joke. And next thing you know, it was hot in the club. They don't do that for us in our own town.
Sad.
You know, so Trinidad James is a product of that. When you got a lame like that felt comfortable to come here like that, it's like disgusting. Like, who are you? You probably got picked on in school.
Right, exactly.
So you think you can stand on a stage in Brooklyn, New York, and just say what you want? So what perception have we given to the world about us as New Yorkers when he thinks he can say that.
Because they know the new New York. They don't know the old.
But this is what I'm saying. It's at some point it woke a lot of people up because I had a conversation with Funk Master Flex.
Right.
And he was like, yo, he said, yo, that really, I couldn't believe that. He said, and I can't act like it's not true. Like, you know, like I'm not going to act like at this point the South is not dominating music, but you don't go to somebody's house and say that. I'm not going to walk in your house and be like, yo, man, I look better than you, man. I dress better than you. You know what I'm saying?
In your own house, in front of your wife and kids.
Yeah, in front of your wife and kids. You know, I look better, I dress better than you. Like, whatever you, it's just the truth. I remember when I used to think you was the man, now I'm the man.
In your house.
In my house. Like, even if I felt that, I'm not going to say that in your house. You know, so you have to realize that for somebody to feel that comfortable, it's your fault that you made them feel that comfortable. You know, so we have to look at us, but by the same time, you still got to discipline. Now he has to be made an example.
Right.
Because now everybody's looking. If Trinidad James can say it, next thing you know, anybody will come saying it. You have R&B artists coming up here talking about it.
Right.
Talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So
I look at it like this too, man. As long as y'all are going to those sanctioned events, those events that are part of conferences and sponsored by corporations in New York, you got to pass. The day you try to come into the community and relay that same sentiment, you got a problem.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll make that clear. You know, we're talking about industry events, corporate sponsored events that allow some of these artists to come on and get their thing off. Do not think that you can be in Brooklyn, the Bronx, Shaolin, Harlem, wherever you want to be, Q Borough, amongst the community and do that. You will have a serious problem. Yeah. And I'm not here to promote violence or whatever you guys think you want to say about that, but things just are what they are. You know, like the brother's saying, you're not going to be able to go in somebody else's house, open up their refrigerator, stink up their bathroom, and do everything that you think you want to do without some sort of repercussion. You know, but you could maybe get away with it downtown.
Yeah.
You know, but having said that, let me just ask, what do you think we need to do moving forward to change some of these things, change some of this the perception of New York, or, you know, get at some of our DJs or whatever? You know, what do we need to do moving forward?
We have to support each other.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We have to support each other. We have to have faith in our own culture and our own music. We have to give that to them, because DJs come from out of the state. They don't have no music to take back.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like when they come to the state and they listen on the radios, all the music, they just playing the same stuff we playing in Atlanta, so we cool. We ain't got to take no new artists. When you go to Atlanta, you hear new, you're like, who's this? I never heard this guy. Well, I actually like this song. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell people about this. We don't have that here. We don't have the DJs playing our music, so when they be like, yo, I heard a song by this dude from New York, I'm going to take it back and make you hot out of there, and the music starts to transfer, and it starts to, you know, to flourish. We don't have that, so that's why we don't have no New York artists that's hot. You know.
So we need to support our own. We need our DJs, you know what I mean, to support. Yeah. And then, you know, to play devil's advocate, you know, let's make sure that our artists are also producing hot music.
Nah, you got to.
You know, so we know people will try to say, you know, and this is not fair, to be honest with you, because New York is still producing incredible music. You may not hear it all in the mainstream. You got to dig for it, like you know, like how it's been, and that, you know, that includes you, and you know, and even a new crop of artists that have come out and are putting out some great music, but you got to look for it. If you guys are just turning on the radio, you're going to hear what's sanctioned by, you know, broadcast companies, you know, meaning radio stations, and you're going to hear what's sanctioned by recording companies. And right now, that's not really the true spirit of hip-hop right now. We're going through a funny time, but the music is there, the artists are there, you know, you just have to dig for it. We're going